Knowing just how to reading is just one of the most vital points a kid will certainly do prior to the age of 10, due to the fact that every little thing from vocabulary development to efficiency throughout all significant topics at college is connected to reviewing capacity. That's the phonics approach educates kids to match audios with letters as well as mix them with each other to grasp the ability of decoding. The whole word method teaches children to reading by view and also trusts memorization using repeat direct exposure to the written kind of a word coupled with a sound as well as a photo. The objective of the language experience approach is to teach kids to reading words that are significant to them. Vocabulary can after that be integrated to produce tales that the youngster associates with. While there are different strategies to reviewing direction, some job much better than others for kids that battle with finding out troubles. One of the most usual type of dyslexia, phonological dyslexia, triggers people to have difficulty listening to the audios that comprise words. This makes it tough for them to seam out words in reading and also to mean properly. Dyslexic students might as a result take advantage of a technique that shows whole word reading as well as understates the deciphering procedure. Orton-Gillingham is a multisensory method that has actually been specifically reliable for dyslexic kids. It incorporates aesthetic, acoustic, kinesthetic, and also responsive discovering to educate a program of English phonics, permitting kids to continue at a speed that fits them as well as their capacity. Number 2 pupils will certainly find out to reading in precisely similarly. Therefore, continuing to be adaptable in your method is crucial. It can be beneficial to incorporate approaches, educate methods, and also offer the best class lodgings, especially for trainees that have certain finding out distinctions. Bear in mind that inspiration is crucial as well as attempt to be patient, so regarding stay clear of presenting any type of adverse organizations with college and also knowing pre-literacy skills. Children start obtaining the abilities they require to understand reading from the minute they are birthed. A baby as young as 6 months old can currently identify in between the noises of his or her mommy tongue and also an international language, as well as by the age of 2 has actually grasped sufficient indigenous phonemes to consistently create 50+ words. In between the ages of 2 to 3, numerous kids discover to acknowledge a handful of letters. They might appreciate singing the alphabet tune and also stating baby room rhymes, which aids them create an understanding of the various audios that make up English words. As great electric motor abilities development, so does the capacity to create, attract, and also duplicate forms, which ultimately can be incorporated to create letters. There are a lot of means moms and dads can urge pre-literacy abilities in children, consisting of explaining letters, giving adequate possibilities for having fun with language, as well as promoting a passion in publications. It can be useful to ask a kid concerning their day as well as talk with regimens to help with the growth of narrative abilities. See your public library as well as bookshop as typically as feasible. The even more children reading with their moms and dads, caretakers as well as educators, the even more publications end up being a preferred as well as acquainted leisure activity. Children must be motivated to take part in reading by recognizing the images they acknowledge and also transforming the web pages. 1. The Phonics Method. The tiniest word part that brings significance is a phoneme. While we commonly consider letters as the foundation of language, phonemes are the standard devices of talked language. In an alphabetical language like English, audios are equated right into letters and also letter mixes in order to stand for words on the web page. Reviewing hence counts on a person's capacity to translate words right into a collection of noises. Encoding is and also is the contrary procedure exactly how we lead to. The phonics technique is worried about aiding a youngster find out exactly how to damage words down right into noises, convert audios right into letters as well as incorporate letters to develop brand new words. Phonemes as well as their equivalent letters might be taught based upon their regularity in English words. In general, there are 40 English phonemes to grasp as well as various programs take various techniques to showing them. Some products present word households with poetry words organized with each other. It's likewise feasible to teach likewise formed letters or comparable seeming letters with each other. The phonics technique is just one of the most preferred and also typically utilized approaches. In the starting progression might be slow moving and also reviewing out loud halting, yet ultimately the cognitive cognitive procedures associated with converting in between audios as well as letters are automatized and also ended up being a lot more well-versed. English is not constantly led to the means it appears. This suggests some words cannot be appeared out as well as require to be discovered with memorization. 2. The whole word approach. This technique educates reading at words degree. Trainees are not appearing out words yet, instead discovering to state the word by identifying its written type due to the fact that it misses the deciphering procedure. Context is essential as well as supplying photos can aid. Acquainted words might originally exist by themselves. After that, simply put sentences as well as ultimately in longer sentences. As their vocabulary expands, children start to draw out policies and also patterns that they can make use of to review brand new words. Reviewing using this approach is an automated procedure as well as is in some cases called sight reading. After numerous direct exposures to a word, children will certainly sight read most of the vocabulary they come across, just appearing out strange terms, due to the fact that it releases up cognitive focus for refining brand new words. Sight reading is quicker as well as helps with reading understanding. That's why it is usually suggested that kids find out to review high regularity English vocabulary this way. The Dolch word listing is a collection of terms that cosmetics 50 to 75% of the vocabulary in English kids' publications. Discover more concerning mentor sight reading and also the Dolch checklist. 3. The language experience method. Finding out to review nonsense words in a black and white task publication is not constantly one of the most reliable technique. The language experience approach of training reading is based in customized knowing where words teached are various for every single kid. The suggestion is that discovering words that the kid is currently acquainted with will certainly be less complicated. Educators and also moms and dads can after that develop special tales that utilize a youngster's recommended words in various setups. Children can attract images that select them and also place them with each other in a folder to develop a unique reading publication. You can seek these words in normal kids' fiction and also utilize them to rate the definition of unidentified words satisfied in a context, a crucial understanding approach that will certainly offer children in later qualities. 8 tips for parents. Despite which approach or approaches you utilize, maintain these suggestions in mind. 1. Reading as commonly as feasible. Create a regular way you reading a publication with each other in the early morning or at night. You might begin by reviewing out loud, yet have the youngster get involved by running a finger along the message. Make reviewing enjoyable. Consist of older children as well as get some household reading time where every person rests along with their very own publication to reading for half an hour. Grown-ups consisted of. 2. Start with reading product that the kid has an interest in. If she or he has a favorite topic, discover a publication loaded with associated vocabulary to increase inspiration. 3. Allow the kid pick his or her very own publication. When a person has firm as well as can identify just how the understanding procedure goes, she or he is more probable to get involved. Take children to bookshops or collections and also urge them to make a decision and also reading publications what they wish to review. 4. Take into consideration rated viewers. As a kid creates his or her reading capacity, you will certainly intend to raise the difficulty of publications relocating from products that offer one word per web page to longer and also longer sentences, and also at some point, paragraph degree message. Attempt counting just how lots of unknown words it consists of per web page. If you're not certain a publication is at the ideal degree for your youngster, you can likewise examine as well as take the contrary method to see the number of Dolch words exist. 5. Discuss what you see on the web page. Usage publications as a means to stimulate discussion around a subject as well as increase vocabulary by finding out to reading words that are imagined yet not composed. You can maintain a unique journal where you maintain a document of the brand new words. Due to the fact that they are linked via the tail, they will certainly be simpler to keep in mind. 6. Stay clear of contrasts with peers. Every youngster finds out to reading at his or her very own speed. Reviewing is a private as well as individual experience where a youngster makes definition as well as discovers more concerning exactly how narrative jobs as she or he establishes more powerful abilities. 7. Do not place excessive stress. Compelling a youngster right into reading when she or he is not prepared can cause unfavorable responses as well as create even more damage than great. 8. Do talk to your kid's teacher. It might be due to a certain finding out problem if your kid does not take pleasure in reviewing and also has a hard time with decoding and or viewing review reading, it's suggested you very first review it with your kid's teacher that might suggest an reading by an expert.